Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amira, and for today's video we are going to do a little bit of a DIY. We are currently in lockdown here in Sydney, Australia, homeschooling the kids, so this is not going to be a quiet video. You're probably going to hear the kids asking me for things or, you know, noisy backgrounds, but that is our current situation at the moment. So for today's little DIY, we're gonna do some herb and spice organization. So I've had this storage rack shelf kind of thing for a very long time. However, I have not used it just yet. It's a bamboo, it's very beautiful. However, I just find it clashes a little bit with my decor. I was thinking of maybe giving this a paint. I've printed some labels for some spice jars. My current spice jars in my cabinet right over there don't fit, unfortunately, in the little gap here, so I had to grab a few of these to sit there. Yeah, it's a little bit all over the place. Don't know if this is gonna be if it's gonna work or not, but we shall see. So if you are interested to see how this is all going to come together, then keep watching. Okay, so while the first coat of our shelf is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the labels for our jars. Now, I've just designed these really nice minimal labels on the Canva app, and this is like a close-up of them there. And then I just printed them on an A4 label. I have a paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim them myself. However, I do plan to purchase some labels from one of our local small businesses to support them as well, but also I would like them to be a vinyl, so to be waterproof. Obviously when I'm cooking, I don't want like fingerprints. I can just wipe them over, easy to clean. And yeah, so I'll be doing the rest of my herb and spice cabinet, but also my pantry as well. So once I do end up doing that, I'll share all the details with you guys. So I'm going to bring you closer to show you how this paper trimmer works. It's really good and very precise, and how the labels are going to turn out on the jars. So let's get to it. So that is how the labels look, and we're just going to go ahead and cut them. So I'm going to do it this way and then go across. So with this paper trimmer, you hold it up and then you work on where you want it to trim. So it kind of moved. So I'm going to bring it closer in, but that's pretty much how it works. And then I'll do it this way. Okay, so all the labels have been cut. If that was to focus, and that's how they look. And just before putting them onto the jars, I'm going to go ahead and give a second coat to the shelf, and then we'll come back to applying the labels. So okay, second coat is done. Now time to label and fill up the jars. So I'm going to bring you guys closer to join me in the process. are on, and we've filled up the jars with my most frequently used herbs and spices, and that's how they pretty much look. They look really, 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 really good. And I've also decided to give the lids a little bit of rub and buff, just a little bit, just to kind of give it that brass look to go with the kitchen. Of course, not the inside, obviously, so it doesn't touch the food, just a little bit on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on, and they look really pretty, really nice. So time to figure out where we're going to be putting this shelf. That's something that I did not plan up until now. When I was looking right next to the stove, I was like, well, I painted it a color so it can kind of blend in with the kitchen. Like, I did that as on purpose. I wanted it to look like it was a part of the kitchen. I didn't want it to really stand out too much, so that's why the paint color is going to be very similar to our kitchen cabinets that we painted. And if you have not seen our kitchen makeover, then do head over to my, I think it's a few videos ago on my YouTube channel. You will be able to see like our crazy change from painting our kitchen white to then this pretty unique color. So they are on. I'm going to bring you closer so you can see how pretty these herb and spice jars turned out. Okay, so this is my left side of the stove, which I find this is where I prep a lot of our ingredients for dinner, where I get all my herbs and spices, and I put them on this side of the stove. So I'm thinking of placing the shelf maybe long ways here and kind of shuffling things around. I don't know. So let's pretty much play around with it and see what we come up with. And here we have it, you guys. So this is how we decided to put it. It turned out so good, and it goes with our country inspired kitchen. I love it. It looks like it was a piece made for the kitchen, and I love it. We were thinking of putting it along here, but we thought, you know what, for now let's just enjoy it, and I'm sure I'll be moving it and shuffling it around in no time. But so happy. And I'm so happy that I decided to rub and buff the lids as well. It gives it that really nice contrast, and it goes really well with the whole brass hardware look in our kitchen. So not bad for a DIY using everything that we had at home during lockdown. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll give some of these DIY little tips and tricks a go. Overall, for a DIY that is in lockdown, I'm super happy with how it turned out. I really wanted to use that shelf. I've had it for years and I have not used it at all, so definitely happy with how it turned out, and I'm sure that I'll be using it for a while. But yeah, I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with anyone that you think will benefit from this as well. I'll see you guys in my next video.